Thanks for staying on with us. Let's focus in on the impact of the lockdown on the fashion and retail industry, from loungewear and activewear becoming the latest fashion trends to even nearly $1,000 face mask from Louis Vuitton. We talk about the impact on luxury fashion as well as what players need to do in order to survive as well as thrive during these tough pandemic times. Mr. Shailesh Chaturvedi is Managing Director and CEO PVH Brands at Arvind and now joins in on the show. Good to have you on board. You know, September is usually the time that's filled with runway shows, pop-up events and designer showcases. Obviously, that's not the case this time. It's solely perhaps Zoom calls that it's been limited to. So tell us how the fashion industry really has been impacted on account of the lockdown.
Good morning. Like many industries, retail also is impacted, especially in India. If you see whole of April and May were, complete lockdown. So the season has got sort of pushed out this time. We are running almost like 45 days behind the regular schedule that we operate in. Diwali is also late this year, so somehow we'll sort of catch up. But these are interesting times.
Oh, interesting times indeed. And we're talking about the trends that are emerging in this lockdown. And while, of course, the industry has suffered, there has been the emergence of new trends. And some data suggests that majority of the millennials, nearly 70%, are willing to let retailers even track their browsing and shopping behaviors in exchange to get a better shopping experience. What do you think is going to be the key now when it comes to experiences to shopping? Do you think personalization and a focus on digital is going to be very crucial?
So I will try to answer in two parts. See, there were some trends even before COVID. Our industry, like our consumers, are evolving all the time. And then second part is how things are moving in the COVID time. So even before COVID, there was a clear trend towards more relaxed clothing, comfortable. There's a travel which has gone up in people's life. People don't want stiff clothes. They want something interesting. So there was a trend to begin with. And some of these trends got accentuated even more so during the COVID times. Now, this whole trend of work from home, it's no more a sort of a one-off thing. And a lot of companies are indicating that it's going to be there in medium and long term. So as a garmentier, we are also reworking our strategies to say how we service this new usage occasion, work from home, where people are sitting in their yoga pants or in elegant t-shirts or in open footwear and sort of working from home. So we are reacting, industry is reacting so that we can evolve and service these new needs. Also, during the lockdown and thereafter, people have preferred to be home and shop from home. Give an example, like kids were really picked up during that time, and because the kids sort of grew their sizes and they wanted to shop, but the malls were shut or people didn't want to go that point of time. So they started shopping online. So there is a clear move. But then again, online was a trend even before COVID. Now it got further accentuated during the COVID as people prefer to shop from the online comfort on their laptops and computers, and we've gone all out to sort of fuel the growth of online channel. Also interesting is the omni connectivity, the whole omni model, where the entire inventory from your stores, from your warehouse, from your omni sort of front end are all connected. So consumers get their sizes, they don't have a shortage of any size, they got a huge opportunity on choices. So both omni and a direct online, both are really growing fast right now.
Okay, so a lot of growth there altogether. Do you see some kind of revenge consumption as well? Everyone's been trying to coin a word for the kind of demand that we've seen during this period. Wondering if it's a spike or a momentary uptake or something that's sustainable. What do you see in that context? And how perhaps supply chains are also evolving in order to cater to a new trend of localized demand here for luxury products?
So this phrase revenge shopping, I think, started from China. We sort of connect with our partners in other countries for Tommy, Psychic, and other PVH brands. And we saw when China opened up, there was this phrase called revenge shopping, and there were brisk business. In India also, as sort of lockdown started unfolding and unlock started happening, we saw some of the categories sort of, there was a pent-up demand. So I mentioned kids wear earlier, there was a flip-flops, shorts, t-shirts. So there were some categories which came fast because there was a pent-up demand to, for those products. And then we are seeing that people are now working from home. Life is getting more or less normalized, not fully normalized for sure, but and then there's this whole trend towards the yoga pant, athleisure trend. So there are changes happening, and I don't know whether revenge shopping or it's a pent-up demand being serviced. But what we are doing right now is now we've seen the cost management, we've seen the liquidity management. Now we are in a phase where we want to work on the demand management. And that's why in our brand Arrow, we've just launched a new campaign with Hrithik Roshan. The theme of the campaign itself is, so right for the time, it says, to feel on the top of the world. I mean, when everything is going sort of out of hand and becoming so uncertain in these VUCA times, we are saying, you wear Arrow clothes and, like you see Hrithik on the top of a New York skyscraper, you feel on the top of the world. So now the whole focus is on demand creation and spurring the demand, so that whether it's revenge shopping or is it pent-up demand shopping or it's the family shopping for special days. We saw really good business during Rakhi and Eid weekend, and we saw very good business during the 15th August weekend. In fact, last weekend also was a fairly good weekend for retail offline, also including online. So I think in India, I'm seeing a lot of family, a lot of emotion-driven occasion, festival-driven shopping, be it Eid or Rakhi or the emotion of the 15th August weekend. So let's see what comes out of India.
All right, fantastic. In terms of, expenses and costs as well, any changes, for example, in these times, in order to keep costs under control on the lease front or otherwise, salaries, anything you'd like to share with us?
See, in terms of the price point, I would say it's more the occasion which are getting accentuated. So relaxed wear is getting accentuated. See, the price is about a quality, right? So once you get used to a particular quality, you don't want to go back, right? If you, let's say you drive a car with a certain engine size and certain acceleration, BHP, you don't want to drive a slower, sort of less BHP car. Same thing happens in apparel, that how the garment looks after 20 washes and, the color fading. So once you get to a certain quality and that price points, I don't think consumer go back to a lower price point or a lower quality. So people play in the same, maybe the frequency of purchase goes down, maybe the bill value comes down, but I haven't seen sort of people move the segments yet because quality is addictive.
All right, we'll leave it there. Thanks so much for joining us this morning. Good chatting with you. That's about all the time we have on the show this morning from all of us here. Thanks for watching.